Welcome to the Onside Kick, your weekly roundtable discussion of the biggest stories in sports, entertainment, and much more. Each week, your hosts, Dave Oster and Ricky Widmer, will break down the world of basketball, baseball, and football.
It's Hester inside the 30. Hester's going to take it all the way for a touchdown. And no flag, 92 yards.
Hello and welcome to the Onside Kick. Ricky Widmer here along with Dave Oster. And we're here to talk about the NFL scheduling that just came out today. And Dave, we're from Chicago, so I figured we'll focus in on the Chicago Bears. And their schedule is as follows. They got a home game against Indianapolis, then on the road at Green Bay, then they're at home against the St. Louis Rams, then they're on the road Monday Night Football against Dallas, on the road against Jacksonville, Week 6 bye. Then they got another Monday night game at home against the Detroit Lions. They play at home against the Carolina Panthers, on the road against Tennessee, at home against Houston, on the road against the 49ers, and then they end the season with Minnesota, Seattle, Minnesota, Green Bay, Arizona, and then ending the season in Detroit. And I don't know, I kind of feel like the beginning of this schedule is going to be their hardest. Actually, their toughest is going to be, I'm saying, between Week 7 and Week 11.
Yeah, coming off that bye, it looks pretty tough for us. You said it was Detroit, Carolina, Tennessee, Houston, San Fran. That I think that the best game of the year, probably, our non-rivalry game. You can't count Bears, Green Bay, obviously. But the best non-rivalry game is going to be against San Francisco because they had such a great year last year, and so did we until we came into injuries. I think we were going to be probably facing them in the championship game for the NFC. So it'll be nice to see what could have happened last year. I assume they're still going to be just as good. Bears are going to be even better.
Well, I mean, right there you got Detroit, Houston, and San Francisco are the three games of that stretch that are going to be the toughest no matter what. To me, though, Tennessee and Carolina with Cam Newton, they still have weapons. Cam Newton and Steve Smith. Yeah. And then Tennessee, what Jake Locker is going to do this year, because, Dave, I think that Jake Locker is going to be the starting quarterback by Week 7.
Yeah, I think he's got a chance to take it from Hasselbeck in training camp. We'll see how that goes down. But, I mean, regardless, those are two teams that still are very good chance to upset the Bears. I mean, Chris Johnson, he can go off. And Cam Newton, no one knows. I mean, this guy throws up ridiculous yardage. So, don't count our eggs before the hatch, but it looks like we've got a couple of gimme games like those, and we face Minnesota twice in 3 weeks with Seattle in the middle. Nice present in the ending chunk of the year, but again, and then we have to go against Green Bay, get a nice easy week against Arizona, and then finish out against Detroit. So I think we're looking at about a 10-win year here.
Really, a 10? You're only going 10?
I think 10 minimum. Minimum 10 wins, and that's not counting. I think we'll play Green Bay really close. I think we'll probably split with Detroit. I don't know. The Green Bay games, that's the 10 or 11 wins.
See, I'm giving the Bears 4 losses right off the bat. Yeah. You're going to lose both Green Bay games.
Wow.
You're going to lose probably the game in Detroit, I'll give to the Lions, Week 17. Yeah. And you're going to lose on Monday night to the San Francisco 49ers. To me, though, the toss-up games, and these are the games that I'm calling my 2 swing games. Okay. Sunday night, November 11th, the day after your birthday, will the Bears host the Houston Texans.
That'd be a good one.
And then Week 4, Monday Night Football at Dallas. Those are your swing games.
And I agree with you because Dallas is a great team when they show up, when Tony Romo doesn't throw interceptions, when their defense is actually there. So that want to be a good matchup too, and that is a primetime game. And then you said San Francisco?
Yeah, I think that San Francisco, especially if it was in Chicago, I'd call it a swing game. But because it's in San Fran and the kind of motivation that they have going on over there, San Fran might be, I'm not saying anything yet, I'm not going to make a Super Bowl prediction yet, but they are right now one of my favorites to have that big possibility to make the Super Bowl next year.
That was yawn. That's what I get from watching San Francisco play. It's boring. Nobody cares. They have a good team.
As long as they win games,
I understand. They win games, but it's not exciting football. And that's why the Bears are going to beat them. We've got a much better offense in San Francisco. Much better. Our defense is right there with them. It's going to be a lot on Peppers this year. A lot on the linebackers as always. I think it's going to be a good matchup against them, obviously. But I think Cutler beats out their offense, Alex Smith every time. So I'm really not going to be too worried.
And Dave, you said the defense is going to have to fall on Julius Peppers, and that's where we're going to switch gears a little bit, talk about Chicago Bears draft. And I want to focus in on that number 1, the 19th pick in the first round. There are some mock drafts that I've been reading. Some of them say Michael Floyd's going to go 10th to the Buffalo Bills that I agree with. But there are some mock drafts out there that say Michael Floyd is going to drop all the way to 19 and get drafted by the Bears. I think this is ludicrous because, like I said, I think he's going number 10, Buffalo.
Yeah, I can't see Floyd dropping all the way to 19. If he did, obviously the Bears would pick him up. I mean, he's the best draft. He's the best rate at 19, but no, there's no way he'll stay till 19.
But let's say he's there, and this is the one question I'm going to ask you. Pick him up, or is there better value for later? One of the guys you've been talking about, Reuben Randle at LSU.
I really do
better value, lower pick.
I like Reuben Randle coming in the second round, but I think Michael Floyd is, if he lasts till 19, if he's on the board, you got to go for him. The guy is, I think, looking back in this draft, he'll be the top wide receiver out of this draft. Eventually.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think
Justin Blackmon?
I think Blackman's a great talent, but I think Floyd will have the better production numbers.
See, I don't think the two things that are going to differ between Blackmon and Floyd, you can put Floyd on the outside and say, okay, we're running a screen pass, go block for us.
Yeah.
With Blackmon, you better just put one of your blocking dummies out there because they'll do the same thing. They'll just get bulldozed.
Yeah, I mean, Blackman's got all the talent in the world, but Floyd is built better than him. I mean, all around. So I really like Floyd if he's there at 19. If not, I say we play it safe and we go offensive line, get David DeCastro if he's there coming out of Stanford. Obviously, yeah, we need offensive line. Cutler needs some help there.
Well, and the last thing, I'm thinking, do you go in the first round? Let's say Floyd's not there.
Okay.
Do you go offensive line with David DeCastro, or do you go defensive line and maybe if he's still there, Quentin Couples?
Ooh, Quentin Couples.
Because I'm thinking, yes, you already drafted offensive line last year in Karimi.
Yeah.
But this year, do you take that one guy you're basically saying you're going to be the underling to Julius Jardinier-Peppers?
I think we do need more pressure because, I mean, the Bears' defense
is getting old.
It is really old. We need help rushing the quarterback. Peppers is the only guy we can rely on to get there every time. I think it would be a good pickup to pick up somebody to help him out. But also, we need somebody, like, the Bears they have an interesting situation. Yes, we could go for another pass rusher. Yes, we need help at cornerback because our pass rush isn't getting there. So, either one of those thoughts. I see the Bears going first round, DeCastro, or another O-lineman if Castro's gone already. Second round, if he's there, Reuben Randle out of LSU as wide receiver. And then we got to pick up a couple corners, probably around 4 or 5. So, I think those are our priorities. I really think that wide receiver still takes priority going second round, though. Brandon Marshall's great, but we're going to need somebody else out there who's reliable.
Well, that does it for this segment of the Onside Kick. Stay tuned later in the week. Me and Dave are going to kind of come out with a different NFL draft video. I know we talked about the first 10 picks, but we'll possibly go deeper. Talk about the guys that you might not know about going in and how they could affect draft stocks going into next Thursday's draft. Like us on Facebook. That link is right up here. And make sure to check out our WordPress for all our latest sports blogs right above Dave. This is Ricky Widmer and Dave Oster signing out here for the Onside Kick. Enjoy your evening, everybody.